So tomorrow's episode should be called. Tomorrow's episode should be called, or next week's episode should be called "To Keanu or Not to Keanu." I'm all for this. I'm super down for all things Keanu. So.
Otherwise,
oh, no, they can't hear you. Now they can hear you. You gotta wait
Oh,
until
now
I
they can-
say they can hear you.
okay? It's like there's no cue or something.
I generally give you a cue, so wait.
All
right,
well,
Yoshimi,
goodness.
no. Oh, no. I don't need to wear a kilt.
Oh,
I do.
We've talked about that.
do.
We're not going to talk any more about that. Are we on the internet? Yes. Eva, do you think Richie would look sexy in a kilt? No. I'm sorry.
I don't know.
I've seen
I
pictures.
don't know. Well, okay. You haven't seen pictures of my legs. I might look good in it.
Okay. And no, this is not the second part of the show. We won't be talking any more about E3. So that's going to be for the next stream.
This is the show we would have done last week if it hadn't been for YouTube messing up. If you want our E3 conversations, guys, we're going to be checking out E3 stuff live
throughout the week.
And we'll be talking about it more on Sunday, a little bit more in depth next week. So that's what we're going to talk about.
Because a lot of the
guys, as much as I would like to say it was on purpose, I just forgot that E3 did a thing yesterday. That would have been so fun to sit down and just chill with you guys for the E3 announcements. First off, because Log Horizon and Menu, but also secondly because, oh my god, because of the sheer fact of just Anthem and that debacle. Oh my god, episode 4.
I haven't seen the Anthem thing, but I know about it. So
Anthem is terrible, and
God, it's a terrible game overall. Anyway,
well, there's multiple reasons.
There's a lot of
fail that went into that, but that's a whole different discussion. All right, so what is on the list? Oh, Disney acquires full control over Hulu. I think this was your conversation, Eva.
Yes.
Okay. So hang on just a second. I am switching over from one thing to another thing.
It's all good, guys. So in the meantime, like we said, we will be watching the conferences, but let's be clear. We're not watching the Bethesda today, though.
No. We're too busy with this stream. We might talk about it.
Look, there's a little inception right there for everyone. There's the YouTube chat.
Yeah.
Right. I decided to do that. Okay, so here we go. So let's see here. The Walt Disney Company's takeover of Hollywood continues months after completing the purchase of 20th Century Fox, which came with a major stake in Hulu. Disney moved to acquire the streaming service outright as of Tuesday morning, like 1 or 2 weeks ago, 3 possibly. Disney completely controls Hulu. So there you go.
Okay, so TLDR. After the whole Fox merger with Disney, they decided to go after NBC's Universal stake. NBC Universal has 33% of Hulu, so they're going to try to buy out NBC Universal as well. But in order to do that, they have to go through Hulu first. They're planning on acquiring all of Hulu and all of NBC Universal by 2024. So,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That would make them a monopoly, which is technically illegal in the U.S., but,
it is, unless...
Welcome to corporate America, where the public is no longer...
A monopoly is legal, but an oligarchy is not, where only a handful can take... basically, they can take charge of everything. So, it's not like... Netflix will ever let Disney acquire them. Yeah.
Don't like it? Too bad. You can gobble down our balls.
Yeah. So Netflix has said, we're not going to give in to Disney. So they're not going to, if Disney tries to buy them, they'll just say no, flat out.
Which I think is part of the reason why you've got Daredevil, Iron Fist, Luke Cage,
and most of the older... some of the things that are still on the Netflix servers will be moving over, though.
And the Jessica Jones season coming as the last one, so don't expect any more Marvel stuff on Netflix anytime soon.
So watch Ragnarok while you still can.
Yeah. Thor Ragnarok was super good. You should watch it. All right.
Okay.
Is that it for this one?
Yeah. That was just... Like I said, it's a TLDR of everything.
Okay.
I'm not going to go more into that because that is just We
All
can
I can
talk about that as it progresses because it still hasn't finished. So it's an ongoing story. It's just what has been posted so far.
Okay,
see
Fel.
that actually has that actually well just to talk about it, just to give us more.
Oh,
Um,
I'd already switched to the next
if
thing.
it oh all right well damn okay well fine I will talk about this. So as much as uh so let's say Microsoft and Sony don't like the new kid trying to get on the block here. So they've decided to announce a nice new partnership for gaming and cloud services because they do not like the new Google that Google is joining the
Stadia.
competition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the fact that Destiny 2 is now going to be one of the launch titles with it, or is going to be one of
Yeah.
the titles that it has upon launch, that's going to be that makes it a bit more relevant now, especially with a
Uh
lot of the statements that came out that we'll be getting to soon.
does it sound who's hang on a sec. Who's mumbling?
No one's mumbling. I'm further
Nobody's
away from my
mumbling.
mic, but hold on. I'll turn my mic sound back up because I had to turn it down at one point. There. I'm not mumbling. I turned my gain up. Is that better? Maybe that was the problem. They're like, "Oh, you're too soft" or whatever. I'm like, "No."
So I hear Phil and Eva, but not Richie at all.
Okay.
This is game.
Well,
This is gaming, not the internet.
this is now I hear you. Oh, no shit. Yeah, I turn up my gain. Suddenly I can be heard. I wasn't that important to this anyway. So let's move on.
So basically, obviously, with the everything with Microsoft offering a much, let's be honest, Xbox has a better online server stuff, but Sony obviously has the consumer base for them to actually partner up. This is a really nice thing to see, as well as it goes almost hand in hand with the next article we'll talk about
My
later.
prediction is it's going to be very short-lived.
You think
It
it's
is.
short lived?
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
I definitely see this being a short-lived thing as well.
There's
But
no way this leads to cross-platform gaming.
no, but it does lead to negotiations about what could be considered cross-platform.
Mm-hmm. And I think
So
I
it
think
would be
I
a
think
temporary
other
thing.
titles. I think other titles like Destiny, Call of Duty. Oh God, what was the other one? Apex
Elder Scrolls.
Apex Legends. Yeah, could all benefit from crossplay.
Yeah.
There are so many games that would benefit.
Oh yeah.
The only question would be is if titles that are already out going to see that, or is it just going to be newer titles?
I think it's mostly going to be titles that are already out that people are wanting
Of course,
right here, right now.
I'm also wondering if that if when crossplay does become like that was my biggest concern with Destiny is like for people that play on PC. I was like, does that mean like should I not step into PvP ever again because how are us simple poor console players going to be able to hold our own against PC elites? Like that was all like my big concern because there's such low latency on vice versa. So so that becomes a question. It's like, okay, how do you make the field competitive for things like that? And I don't know how things have been going with Fortnite in that regard. Of like, okay, if I play on my Xbox One or my PS4 versus Eva playing on her PC, is she just gonna like? Is Eva just gonna beat me all the time because she's playing PC and not console? Like questions like that. I'm just kind of like, how do we level the playing field out a little bit? Has always been my concern when it comes to crossplay. But other than that, that's my only thing.
Yeah.
It's absolutely a bonus and can only encourage people are gonna play on the platform they want to play on, and there's. Yeah, and there's going to be exclusive games on every platform. That's a given, and people will get them for the exclusive games. I get Xbox still for stuff like Halo, and now Ori because I love Ori. And then, I'll get PlayStation for stuff like Horizon Zero Dawn and The Last of Us. And then, there'll be other games that come out that I'll be like, oh, okay, cool. But the reason I push PS4 right now is because most of the games that are available where I live are PS4 and not necessarily like it's a very small selection of Xbox One games.
Yeah, that is.
It all depends on the region
Monster
you're in.
Hunter World would benefit from cross-platform,
Oh god, yeah.
but I don't see that.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't see that being a big thing. I honestly
The
don't see that as I don't see that as being a big thing on Sony's end. I see that being a big thing on Microsoft's end.
the issue that I would bring up with the cross-platform and everything is just because of the Sony has that exclusivity with Monster Hunter World. I don't see it happening for this generation of Monster Hunter, especially since the Xbox players can't get the Aloy armor.
Yeah, and not to mention, this is only going to be for certain games. Now, exclusives like how someone was saying Spider-Man PS4, that is not on the table.
Yeah, that's never gonna happen.
That is not going to be on the table. There's no way that
That's a PS4 exclusive game, and
Respawn is already doing as well as they can with this fucking title. So they're not going to try to merge into another area unless they were doing something like Sunset Overdrive 2, where they can put it on both platforms.
Respawn's
Then I don't
already
see it
got
happen.
its hands full with Jedi Fallen Order at the moment.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So
trying
Fallen
not
Order
to fuck
is
up another EA Star Wars game. That's the big
yeah.
concern for Respawn.
That is the big So hopefully it works.
I'm still losing my fucking shit over the fact that BioWare was thrown to do a multiplayer kind of online thing, and that's more Respawn's area, and they give the single player story RPG to fucking Respawn, which is BioWare's thing, and I'm like,
yeah,
one of these things just doesn't belong
here's another thing. Like we saw Xbox. We didn't see anything BioWare in terms of Dragon Age 4, but I doubt that BioWare is going to even
showed up
do
yesterday for the E3 conference. Or
they showed up for the conference, but they didn't really put out any.
BioWare shouldn't be talking about jack shit right now with how bad things looked last week with Anthem.
I love you, Bell.
Let's hang on. Before we continue with now, we're talking about E3. We really should hold off on that kind of stuff.
Let's go somewhere else. But
let's go to the mall.
We want a shrubbery. Yes. Love you, Phil.
I too formally said me. But okay, so Phil, keep continuing with this. What's going on here?
All right, so with the partnership or the next article?
No, the partnership.
So honestly, it's well, let's be honest. This isn't the first time that Microsoft and Sony have actually talked to each other for some tech,
and
but it sounds like
they're nice.
Yeah, well, I mean, how else do you think Xbox Ones have all the Blu-ray players now?
Blu-ray
that is a technology
specifically owned by Sony.
It is patented, but
yeah,
it's one of those weird circumstances. But it's definitely with this partnership. Do I hope for the best for this? Yes.
I expect the worst.
Hope for
the best.
Hope for the best. Let's see what actually happens. Now, partnerships with Microsoft and Nintendo, that has actually been like a very interesting partnership, though. So, I mean, if it goes as smooth for
that's because Nintendo knows how to play well with others. Most of the time, they do. Well, unless you're a YouTuber.
Yes. I was gonna say, do we want to talk about the plethora of people who have been kicked off YouTube
blacklisted by Nintendo? Yeah. I meant like as far as like other gaming companies and stuff.
Okay. Let's not talk. Jesus Christ, Nintendo. Nintendo is always one of those that. Yeah. So all right. So yeah, moving on to the next topic, and I think this one's
next topic, like because
this
one's just constantly. This one's constantly just pushing us towards E3.
Yeah, that's the issue with it.
Okay, Sonic movie has officially been delayed. We got our freaking wish. The Sonic the Hedgehog movie has been delayed to Valentine's Day of 2020. So some good news happening there. Oh God.
Yeah. Jeff Fowler, one of the main, I believe, VFX artists, said taking a little more time to make Sonic just right. So they put out a 2.14.20. So they want to make sure that it's done the right way.
I think this is a
And
good thing. This is a very, very good thing. I would have
here's
been upset if we'd have had a rushed kind of.
Did you see someone edit the Sonic trailer? I did see an edited version, edited
Like
visual
images and
channel.
stuff, yes. I saw
I-
images
I-
and stuff, but nothing.
I saw someone do a take of a more cartoon Sonic,
Yeah, and that would have worked perfectly if it
but
was
that was
cartoon
fan,
Sonic.
but that was fan made.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't think they're gonna go with that design.
Although that would have been so much better to see in the movie
Oh,
theaters, honestly.
Trust me, it would have been too. But that's all our hopes and dreams.
Yeah, but I mean, I love some of the comments with this thing. Knuckles is red, Sonic is blue. The movie got a new release date, and it's a Valentine's date for 2. I love it.
Jeez.
You know what?
All right,
As long as they do it right, I don't care. I'll take the delay. I'd rather something finished, good product, than rushed and be a hated product. We know how well certain games, Anthem being one of them. But I did it first.
yeah. Actually, someone brought this up. Do we want to talk about Pokemon Sword and Shield?
No, not at the moment. Not until Nintendo's E3 press conference.
Well, they already
I don't
they had
have
a direct.
anything. I don't have anything to say about Sword and Shield because I'm not big into like as much as I was playing Pokemon Go yesterday. I'm not all that big into Pokemon. Like
me
I
neither.
have
So
nothing
that-
to say.
The most I play
Oh,
is
jeez. Oh, geez. And then so then I'm the only Pokemon fan who saw the direct. Then
Yeah, I never saw anything
they had
for
a
the direct.
they had a direct before everything.
Oh, I knew
but
that they
also,
had one. I just didn't watch it because I'm like,
Oh,
But I
well,
got
they also
I got the cliff notes thanks to Twitter. So Super Mario Maker 2. Hell yeah, super excited about that.
well there was other. They also had a press conference a couple days before that too, and they did hint that they were looking at doing a Detective Pikachu 2 game.
Oh yeah, I
the
saw about
Switch.
that too. Quality
So-
over uglier than Ugandan Knuckles. That's beautiful.
But did we want to talk? We're not going to talk. Pranksters asking Detective Pikachu. Are we gonna
The
talk about
movie? Our thoughts on the movie? Has everybody seen the movie?
Oh,
Not
I
yet.
have, yes.
My mom has been stalling so much, and I hate her.
okay. Well, the rule is until everybody watches it, we don't talk about it.
Yeah, and you're lucky on that because
Well, it's my
Because-
mother. It's my mom. Like she wants to go see it, and I want to go see it with her
okay,
because
well,
it's rare for
That
my
makes
mother.
sense.
Well, here's your good and bad news.
What's the good?
The good news? The good news is we'll allow it. We allow it. The bad news is next week we
stream
don't allow
doesn't.
it.
Fine. That's fine.
The bad
The
news is
stream won't
next
allow
week
it, but
won't.
we will. Fuck the stream.
Fuck the stream. Legend
So-
of Zelda Breath of the Wild area. What is that comment? I don't even understand.
Probably.
Oh,
I think they're trying to
it's
say
because-
arena.
Well, no. It's
Oh.
because when they showed off the new Pokemon game,
Uh-huh.
it's very open world like Breath of the Wild.
Okay, yeah, we're not going to talk about that right now. Like I said, we're going to hold off until most of it has been pushed through E3. I want to make sure that I've got as much information as possible before just jumping into theories. I'd
Also,
rather be more
okay,
informed.
that was shown off
in
in the trailers.
What do you mean?
Okay.
What do you mean, Spider? What do you mean? Why they always lewd the girl? I'm like, we have not done anything to lewd the girl.
Wait, what?
That was Keanu Reeves, obviously.
Keanu did not lewd the girl. The girl lewded for Keanu.
Eva, stop being a lewd dragon. I'm not Kana.
You can't tell her what to do. You're not her mom.
Hey, just because Krusty seduces the dragon doesn't mean the dragon.
All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and point this out. You can't tell me what to do, Mom. And even if you were my mom, I wouldn't listen to you anyway. Don't believe me? Ask my mom.
Redhead from Pokemon. Oh, okay. Yes, I have seen some of the.
Let's not talk about her.
Yeah,
We're not.
I've seen some of that stuff, but no. No.
All right, moving on. Call of Duty Modern Warfare will have console PC crossplay, won't have season pass.
So this is definitely the interesting. We were kind of talking about it with Sony and Microsoft doing the partnership. This is one of the results of this. Now, my opinion, this is cool, but you did bring up a point about the mouse and keyboard situation. How is that going to handle?
Also,
for
there's another part of this. If they're not doing season passes, how is Activision going to recoup that money? Are they going to wait until they've gotten enough good press and then they're going to suddenly just throw it in and shove it in last minute and sneak it in? Like,
I'm calling microtransactions.
Like,
oh yeah, micro. Definitely.
Oh well, yeah. There's going to be plenty of those in-game microtransactions, but are they also going to sneak some more shit in there with like special shit and be like, well, it's not really a pass, and it's like, motherfucker, it's a pass. Like, they're going to reword some shit to try and get away with it. Once they've got all their good press.
I love this comment from DV. Hell has frozen over. Detective Pikachu was all right. Aladdin was actually really good. What's next? Sonic wins Best Motion Picture?
Okay.
See, I wish we could talk about Godzilla, but I'm probably the only one who's a Godzilla fan here.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet. I actually want to watch it.
I don't want to watch it, and I don't care to watch it. I'm not a kaiju guy. Sorry.
No, it's good. That means when we're able to talk about it, even I can talk about it.
Yeah, you can.
Yes.
And then if you haven't watched Detective Pikachu, prepare to get spoiled, because I'm not holding back.
That's fine. That's fine.
So either you go see it on your own, or your mom gets her stuff together.
All right, but going back to this, why I brought up that here's my personal opinion. With this being one of the first AAA titles being cross-platform, this is a great step.
I just don't think Activision.
I don't trust. It's a great step for seeing it, but at the same time, I can agree with you, especially with Activision's situation of how they've been dealing with Bungie, and then this stuff with Blizzard too. Mm-hmm. Oh my god, that's a different long story.
I would love it if Blizzard finally separated from Activision, but those two are too well ingrained at this point. I don't know if it's possible.
Yeah.
The thing that I would bring up is I don't think we will see cross platforms for previous titles. We'll probably see cross saves, but any future title now on may have a better chance of getting cross platform like this Call of Duty here.
And we'll go into what cross save is and how that's relevant later.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean,
what are the
definitely
thoughts? I mean,
it's another Call of Duty. I don't care for the title itself. I'll be completely honest.
I've played the first Modern Warfare. I was like, okay, story wasn't that great, but whatever, you know.
I know a lot of people.
If you've been in the military and you've actually been in combat, a lot of this is bullshit. So it's like, yeah, it's fantasy, whatever. I can get past that, but like, it's not overly entertaining, and I've seen it's. I mean, for some people, I'm sure it's great, but this is kind of like turn your brain off popcorn movie kind of stuff, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah. And considering that I've been in the military and I've experienced stuff like this, I can't turn my brain off when it comes to this kind of gameplay. Like for stuff like this, it can't. It's not something that's going to help me work through PTSD. It's not something that's going to help me, like my military background doesn't make it suddenly better. Like, I can play shooters. I don't have a problem with shooters, but it's like, I'm not getting anything out of this. To me, this is just like, all I see is, this is what they did wrong, this is what they did wrong, this is what they did wrong, this is what they did wrong. So it's like, it's also like being like a major design person and going to watch, like, if you're somebody that works in animation, going to see a kind of mediocre, kind of phoned in sort of animation movie or cartoon, or just like if you've got any background in design, just watching commercials and going like, God, really? That's the logo you go with? Wow.
Honestly, after Advanced Warfare, I kind of just like Kevin Spacey was cool until things went down. But
Kevin Spacey was cool until he wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's
And tell the
definitely. Uh, am I? See, it's one of those situations like
See, the thing is,
Call of
I would
Duty.
care more if it wasn't Call of Duty.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm
I
like,
think
I'm
the
happy.
only
I'm happy
reason
for the industry. I'm happy for the industry.
Yeah, same here.
And
But, like-
that this is a
like-
AAA title that's finally getting it. That isn't fucking, that isn't Fortnite. Something that isn't
Yeah.
Fortnite that's high profile.
I know.
I'm
And,
happy
like,
for that.
I understand where Richie's coming from because I'm on the same,
But it's-
being from the military aspect.
But it's Call of Duty,
sir,
so I don't.
But it's Call of Duty. It's one of those things that even if you're in the military, you don't want to play military style games. Like Gears of War is one of those things that I love playing, but I'm never gonna play it, with my military buddies.
What's really funny?
just-
What's really funny is Halo was a game that like brought all of us together when we were in the military, and it was.
Oh
like,
yeah.
So we
Halo
played the shit out of Halo,
competitions.
which is
Oh,
so
Halo's
weird
fantastic.
because it's very it is military, but it's like the whole idea that it's fantasy and it's so far in the future. There's a disconnect there, so we can play that.
Yeah. Something that's like
Gears I never touched when I was in the military, so I don't know how that works. Like Gears
Yeah,
came
Gears
out
is,
after.
Gears
it's
is
more-
very violent.
it's very
Yeah.
violent. It really goes into the
Yeah.
realm more of,
But also,
going
I can cut motherfuckers open
Yeah.
with a chainsaw gun, so that's the.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
chainsaw.
that's kind of the point. That's kind of the fucking point of Gears.
Yeah.
Apparently, actually, Carlos is asking some stuff from you, Richie.
Yo, what's up?
He said, wait, you were in the military.
Yeah.
What branch were you from?
Army.
Also, what was your rank? Is what his next question.
E5.
Follow up to that. E5.
Mm-hmm.
E5.
Sergeant. For
Yeah, same
civilians.
here. Same in all three aspects.
See,
And I was reluctant,
and
I was reluctant as
Army-
fuck, and I didn't want to be an NCO, and they pinned me my last 2 fucking weeks, and they made a big deal out of it, and I was angry.
It's funny because I got pinned on my last day in service.
I got
so
pinned-
I retired as an E5
Same.
sergeant.
Same. Did not go to PLDC or any of that shit.
Nope,
Yep.
didn't have to, and I was
Jesus
so happy about
Christ.
that.
I am the only one who's not military.
Yeah.
Well,
Mm.
you didn't know Eva
my
was
folks
military?
were. I didn't know.
I-
No.
You're in the call
Hi.
with 2 motherfucking veterans.
Hi,
bitch.
Phil. I'm in the I was in the military.
Hi. It's all good. My folks were Air Force, so.
So thank your parents. So I mean, we all have some kind of
The
background.
chair force.
Ah, ha, 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 ha.
That's what we call
Yeah.
I
Thank you
know.
for the
Fuck
salute,
you.
guys. All right.
it. You don't have to thank me. I went in for selfish reasons. Please stop thanking me.
I went in for college, so
yeah, exactly.
yes.
I went in for college. I went in for college so I could go to college, and that was for my own personal benefit. I didn't actually want to go, and yeah, it's just weird to get thanked about something that I made a selfish decision about. I didn't join the army for anybody else. I didn't join to protect somebody I don't know. I didn't go to defend your honor and your freedom. I went for my 40,000 for college. That's exactly why I went. My selfish reasons. And so it's really weird to be thanked for. It's like, thank you for your service. And it was like, thank you for my selfishness. Yes, I agree.
Yes.
But no. So it's really weird. I'm not gonna. I'm joking. I'm partially joking around when I say don't thank me for that. But at the same time, like a part of me is like, yeah, I feel weird getting thanked about that. If we met publicly and you said that to me, I'd just brush it off. But like here on the internet, I feel like I can be more open and more myself.
Yeah,
because
I
I don't have to
understand
look
that.
at your judgmental faces. So I'm just keeping it.
Yeah.
I'm just keeping it 100, man. I'm just keeping it real.
Good, because I'm not thanking you.
Because I'm not.
Thank you,
Because I'm not.
Spider.
I am not looking at anybody's judgmental face, and I'm gonna tell you, man. If you ever saw the movie Black Hawk Down, that's probably the closest mindset to what a lot of
Hurt
us go
Locker.
through. Of we don't give a shit about like when that first bullet's fired, all that other shit goes out the window. We're just thinking about the man next to us, and that's it. That's it. We don't give a damn about you, your politics, your dude. We're thinking about how to keep ourself and our buddy alive. That's it.
Yeah.
Everyone else is the
As
furthest
long as
from
you
our
got each other.
minds.
Yeah, as long as you guys keep each other alive, that's all that matters.
Yep. It's about you
So,
and your buddy. Good morning, Vietnam.
Good morning, Vietnam.
All right, so moving on. Cuphead. Some Cuphead news.
Cuphead.
Okay,
Yeah.
I don't play Cuphead, so this
Oh,
will
that's-
be
okay,
lost.
okay,
to
so
me.
this is
I
me.
thought I saw you play Cuphead at least once, or try to.
I do play it. I haven't beat the first boss yet.
Here we go. Cuphead will be playable. I don't know what the fuck that was. Playable. Cuphead will be playable in the Tesla Model 3, Model S, and Model X cars. So I'm assuming these are the self-driving cars.
Mhm.
I believe so. So as you're driving around, you can play Cuphead and get mad at not people cutting you off in traffic, but at the game.
Yeah.
that is definitely one of the weirdest articles.
so,
I think.
Tesla's Model 3, Model S, and Model X, as Tesla CEO Elon Musk revealed on episode 200 of my weekly Tesla podcast, Ride the Lightning. Cuphead, we've got working, Musk said. The developers have been helping us make it work. It's a cool game. It's insanely difficult. It's sadistically difficult. It's a twisted plot. It's dark. It looks like some cute little Disney thing, and you're like, the plot is very dark. Musk had recently tweeted about how he and his team have been porting the Unity game engine, which Cuphead runs on, to work in Teslas, according to Maha Moldenhauer from Studio MDHR, the developer of Cuphead. The Tesla version is looking good and already running nice and clean. Studio MDHR and Tesla are targeting a release date of later this summer. So, there is a video that comes with this, so I'll go ahead and play it for some of you guys watching to hopefully understand what the fuck is going on, because I don't get it. Okay.
We're all learning, and then one thing that interests me
video, bro. Okay, is this saying anything about it, or is this just? Oh, it's just a preview. Okay, here we go.
It's an ad.
So you can play Atari games in the Tesla as well?
Ryan McCaffrey with IGN. You may think you've played all the classic Atari games of yesteryear on basically every platform in existence. Well, except for one. There's a new platform that you can play Atari games on. Tesla. The entire Tesla fleet of vehicles got a big new software update this week that adds not only a ton of new features to the cars themselves, but also adds 4 totally playable classic Atari games. Asteroids, Centipede, Lunar Lander, and Missile Command are all totally playable on an in-car dashboard.
Someone's asking if we would be playing Borderlands 3 as a group.
Okay, let's check these out. To access them, you press the
that
Tesla
is
T logo
probably
that's
going
docked
to
at the
be
top of your home screen.
a maybe.
Right here.
It's something I'm
there's
hopeful
the
that we can
logo.
all play.
Touch that, and off we
But
go.
we'd have
It
to
loads
see.
up 4 Atari games.
Yeah.
Okay. So it looks like it is playable on the dash screen. Which is going to be interesting. About Borderlands 3, that's the goal, but we'd have to actually get through Borderlands 1, Borderlands, the pre-sequel, and Borderlands 2, which hasn't been happening. And we're one away from me throwing my hands up in the air and say, screw it, I'll do it myself. So...
Well, I'll play with you no matter what.
Well,
so
yes.
Aw,
But it's
you
like,
guys can play with each other all you want, and I'll watch.
Well,
I mean, it's always good to have an audience, honey.
I knew
We're doing
that
it
was
for
gonna be
you.
taken.
No. When they flirt like that, you just take it another step further, and it's basically like trying to figure out who the king of gay chicken is.
Oh my god. Did somebody say Lamau? Viva
That's
Lamau.
so
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
But you know,
we
one
can talk
thing,
about that at the very end of today.
yeah. Speaking of just on.
So
I'm
yeah,
sorry to bring up-
they've got Asteroids, Lunar Lander, and a couple other Atari games that are on the dash screen, and apparently Cuphead's coming to that as well.
So actually, that just it just hit me. Did they announce anything for Cuphead today?
No.
I mean, we'll talk about it.
No.
Okay, so we'll see what happens later this week then.
Yeah.
All right, so
Okay.
moving on to the next topic, the new Mortal Kombat movie is finally happening.
Oh
Yes,
yeah,
I am so excited for this one.
Filming for that has started in Australia, so I am.
And they have decided that they're going to bring back some fan favorites as well. So
Well,
we might see the original,
Shang Tsung.
maybe
Shang
Sonya
Tsung.
Blade.
Oh, the original Sonya Blade? I know
Yeah.
the original Shang Tsung.
Shang
Shang Tsung. Yeah.
Shang Tsung. I know how to pronounce his name correctly. I'm not
Really?
going with that American butchering.
Okay.
No, but yeah, Shang Tsung. The original actor is either back for the game or the movie. I don't remember. Which.
He's
He
back
came
for the
back
movie.
for the game. He came back for the game.
Yeah, but Kerry Tagawa is the one who that's the one who does the voice.
Your
and
soul is
was the
mine.
original.
That
I know.
guy.
Yeah.
And I'm
that guy.
happy that he actually was spotted in Southern Australia too. So he might be giving like some help
Cameo.
or a cameo, or it's gonna be like a spirit realm kind of thing, which would be amazing if they did
So
that.
Simon McQuoid and James Wan are signed on, and I'm really excited about James Wan, especially because of how amazing that freaking Aquaman looked visually because of James Wan. So,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
So it's gonna look good.
Okay, so remember when the original one came out in '95? So many people were happy.
Mm.
It originally had a $20 million budget, and it made $122 million in box office.
Yeah, recoup that shit pretty quick.
It recouped it so much so that now if the rumors are true,
Yeah, but looking back,
I would
on it,
love
it's
to
like,
see. I would love to see Chris Pratt as Johnny Cage.
I don't know. man.
That was something that was put out there on the internet, but I hope those rumors are true.
I see. The thing is like I don't have a lot of faith for the movies now since the YouTube series, the serious YouTube series that they kind of did with Mortal Kombat, that was so effing good. And I was like, come on, guys. Y'all could have kept that one going. Somebody could have thrown enough money to keep that going. I get really bummed out when you get fans with great ideas and then like they can't keep it going because of either some bullshit copyright or not enough funding. And it's just like, man, we had something really good that never really got to fully see the light of day. It had 2 seasons and it was really interesting, and I think it could have been a serious YouTube red blockbuster, in the same way that the Karate Kid Cobra Kai.
You mean Cobra Kai?
Yeah, that one was. Sorry, I haven't watched it, so
Okay.
I don't
We
have the
need to
money
see
for
season
YouTube
2.
Red.
Season 2, I hear it's
It's really good.
Mm.
I would recommend it.
You see, that's what sucks.
But
I don't want to pay for YouTube.
I'm very hopeful for this, but I'm not gonna be like overly hopeful. I'm gonna keep a certain level of pessimism so that I'm not disappointed if it
Makes
doesn't
sense.
live up to. But I hope it does well. I'm just not gonna expect it to.
All right. I'm putting something for
Curious
us.
what the chat's thoughts are on this. What is?
Yeah.
Why are you stop posting Keanu Reeves?
No, just watch.
How dare?
How dare? It's beautiful.
How dare? All right, so
Belle, you appreciate it, right?
Yeah, I do. I normally
YouTube
don't
Red
talk
just
about.
to watch Cobra Kai, says DB. Yoshi, this is Dave versus Dave. What? You're watching this on YouTube? Sama, his Shao Kahn. I'm Shao Kahn. Apparently, YouTube Menu Sama is Shao Kahn. They're filming in the
I can
Gold
see that.
Coast, apparently. Star-Lord would be perfect for Johnny Cage. I don't know if Chris Pratt could pull it off quite the way.
I think he could. He's got the snarkiness and the confidence. I mean, if you saw the beginning of Lost World, it definitely worked.
You are about 50 minutes late, Rimbo. So keeping it consistent by being late. Unless you're talking about the stream we did earlier, then you're several hours and 50 minutes late.
Wait, what?
The live stream we did earlier.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so is that everything we wanted to talk about on this?
Yeah, let's talk about the 10 breaking technologies. That.
Well, not 10 breaking, just 2. There's only 2 I wanted to cover.
Oh, there's only 2. What are
There's
the 2?
only 2. Okay, so give me just a moment. I'm switching it back. Meow. Okay. The two that I wanted to cover is actually the first two. The robot dexterity. So robots are teaching themselves to handle the physical world. And for all the talk about machines taking jobs, industrial robots are still pretty clumsy and inflexible, which very, very true. So a robot can repeatedly pick up a component in an assembly line with amazing precision and without ever getting bored, but move the object half an inch or replace it with something slightly different, and the machine will fumble ineptly or paw at thin air. But while a robot can't yet be programmed to figure out how to grasp any object just by looking at it, as people do, it can learn to manipulate the object on its own through virtual trial and error. One such project is Dactyl, a robot that taught itself to flip a toy building block in its fingers. Dactyl, which comes from the San Francisco nonprofit OpenAI, consists of an off-the-shelf robot hand surrounded by an array of lights and cameras. Using what's known as reinforcement learning, neural network software learns how to grasp and turn the block within a simulated environment before the hand tries it out for real. The software experiments randomly at first, strengthening connections within the network over time as it gets closer to its goal. It usually isn't possible to transfer that type of virtual practice to the real world because things like friction or the varied properties of different materials are so difficult to simulate. The OpenAI team got around this by adding randomness to the virtual training, giving the robot a proxy for the messiness of reality. We'll need further breakthroughs for robots to master the advanced dexterity needed for a real warehouse or factory, but if researchers can reliably employ this kind of learning, robots might actually help assemble our gadgets, load our dishwashers, or even help grandma out of bed. So, yeah, it's like this giant Rubik's Cube thing that this set of robot hands has been playing with, and these are inventions that are being pioneered through the help of Bill Gates. So that's part of why I was looking up kind of weird, interesting, techie kind of things, and these are things that caught my attention. I like robot stuff, and I think like robots learning to handle basic everyday objects is kind of cool. And I just wanted to get y'all's thoughts on this too. I wanted to hear what the chat had to say, and I want to hear what you guys had to say about this. We're very far away from T-800s taking over the world with Skynet's help at this point, just so you know.
mean, we're not that far away, but okay.
Robotics are too inept at the moment to.
That is true.
Yeah. There's not enough processing power at the moment for that, so everybody can calm the fuck down. I remember when everybody was like, the first AI is going to be the death of us. We've got millions of AI working right now. None of them is capable of doing that.
Cortana's almost there.
Please, she was programmed
On
with the
laptops.
3 laws of robotics. If anything, it's not robots you have to be afraid of. It's corporate America mining all your data.
Well, I work for corporate America now, so
That doesn't make it
thanks a
any
lot.
better.
Hey,
So what point
if
did I watch?
you're
last
part
night?
of the mainframe, you can destroy the mainframe from the inside.
That's not how this works, and you know it.
I can wait. I can
All right,
drink.
back to the robot story.
All right, we're not gonna loot any cyber dragons. That's not our thing, okay?
You don't know. Don't shame my
Even
feet.
so, I still won't kink shame.
Jeez, when did we bring in Zhang into this?
See, cyberpunk Eva equals cyber dragon. There you go.
You stop looting the cyber dragon. Okay,
No.
wait, what?
Looty loot.
I gave up on technology after they downgraded the idea of the board. Thank you. That is a good.
Downgraded the
That
idea
is a
of
good-
what?
The idea of the hoverboard.
We should
Who's
have
looting my
4 years ago. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, robot stuff. This robot stuff specifically. What do you guys?
I
think
thought
about
you
it?
said robot butt stuff. I was like, what?
No.
I'm sorry. I'm still in the looting the
Nobody
dragon.
wants to see 2 metallic hams pressed together. Unless they're on my hunter. But
Oh God.
you haven't seen my hunter.
No.
So anyway.
I haven't.
So anyway. Phil, would you like to talk to us about robot hands? At least
I mean, I really don't have anything to comment on robot hands. Honestly, just yeah, robot
I'm
hands.
just saying, guys. Robot hands lead to robot hand jobs for men and women.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, it's not like we don't already have robot dicks.
All right.
It's a thing that exists.
Okay, so we want to go to the next one.
I named
Second
a
to the
robot
last
Richard.
thing.
I named a robot Richard recently. No, it's the next one down. New wave nuclear power. Okay, this is kind of cool, guys. Advanced fusion and fission reactors are edging closer to reality. New nuclear designs have gained momentum in the past year, are promising to make this power source safer and cheaper. Among them are Generation 4 fission reactors, an evolution of traditional designs, small modular reactors, and fusion reactors, a technology that has seemed eternally just out of reach. Developers of Generation 4 fission designs, such as Canada's Terrestrial Energy and Washington-based TerraPower, have entered into R&D partnerships with utilities aiming for grid supply, somewhat optimistically, by the 2020s. Small modular reactors typically produce in the tens of megawatts of power. For comparison, a traditional nuclear reactor produces around 1,000 megawatts. Companies like Oregon's NuScale say the miniaturized reactors can save money and reduce environmental and financial risks. There has even been progress on fusion, though no one expects delivery before 2030. Companies like General Fusion and Commonwealth Fusion Systems and MIT's Spinout are making some headway. Many considered fusion a pipe dream, but because the reactors can't melt down and don't create long-lived, high-level waste, it should face much less public resistance than conventional nuclear. Bill Gates is an investor in TerraPower and Commonwealth Fusion Systems, which is why this was brought up. And that, I think, is really, really cool because it's much smaller nuclear technology with far less waste and less environmental impact. And they're talking about more portable versions, and these could not simply power a city block, but an entire city. So small towns, you'd have one, and it would be something much easier, much cheaper. And I mean, if you can power everything in your home and your bill comes out to just like 10 or 20 bucks a month for your electric, that'd be awesome. Though I still do think that while that is a good step, there are other avenues to also look at, but this is just one of them. I'm not saying this is the only way. So, you know, I'm all for green technology, and I'm all for throwing resources towards the development of better technologies. Guys, it's the 21st century. Our technology has developed exponentially. Think about how crazy shit was in the 90s with dial-up, and look at what we've got and just a smartphone right now. Like, we can do this. I think anybody that says that we can't is grossly underestimating the human spirit, as it were.
Yeah.
All right. So that's that. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and just let this play. I showed this earlier. This time we're not having any sound. Unless you guys have anything else you'd like to say about the stuff that we were talking about right there. Anything else? Okay.
No, I think we're good.
I'm not saying it to be preachy. I'm saying it because I think that there was some cool stuff. I might have gotten a little preachy. Sorry, but I just thought it was really cool and I wanted to share it with you guys. Any comments?
It's fine.
Any comments down in the chat aside from you guys just could y'all stop typing in there because my OCD wants me to click on OBS, but they're going to see me click on OBS.
Sorry,
I know. You're typing, and I'll look at it later, and I'll yell at you about it. But
we're multitasking.
We're multitasking
about E3 and Keanu Reeves.
No. We'll talk about it later.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well. All right.
Talk about it in the next stream.
So now we talk about Destiny. So
woo, Destiny!
Huge news from Bungie, who is 100% independent. Now, if you guys were here earlier, hopefully you watched the Vidoc and you could kind of sort of hear it, not badly, but whatever. So Eva did watch it, so she now knows a little bit about it. But there was some seriously good info, and of course, Fel and I both played Destiny. You can check that out on my channel when I stream it sometimes. We're going to have to get a more consistent stream schedule for Destiny and figure out when in the evenings we want to stream it. But yeah, we'll have to have a start time. But I mean, this is really good news in here. This means that in September, Eva could join us for basically nothing. So we don't need to get her Destiny. We just need to get her a PS4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now the new challenge is get Eva a PS4.
So there you go.
Don't even worry about the capture card. I just need the PS4 and that's it.
Yeah, because I'll stream that. So there you go, and she could get the capture card on her own, or at least Or how
I got
about
an
this?
employee discount still. I'm good.
How about this? If we get the PS4 early enough, y'all can help. The next thing goes to helping her and Fel get to Awa. That is, if she's still not hung up on just trying to ditch us for Dragon Con.
Okay, so I explained
No.
to
There
Fel
is no
why...
in my defense. There's no in my defense for this.
There is an in my defense. I haven't seen my best friend in 2 years.
Ignore.
I haven't seen my best friend in 2 years, okay?
I haven't seen you ever.
So?
Yeah.
You can wait.
No, I can't.
All right.
Yeah.
That
frustration.
frustration.
Here's the funny part. She's like, should I go to Dragon Con or Awa? I said Awa just to be fair to everybody else. I could be at both. I live really not that far.
I know.
I'd have seen you either way. But I was like, we should probably have Linesia at Awa. You know, it's.
Are we still trying to get that anime and stuff panel?
I should turn that in.
Has panel time closed already?
No, it hasn't closed yet. It shouldn't have anywhere near time closed.
Oh my. Never mind. Sorry. I gasped when I wasn't supposed to.
No, you weren't. Okay, so let's talk about Destiny now. Fel, you want to get us started?
Oh, yes. So a lot of things have been announced ever since Bungie has definitely taken their own strides as their own self-publishing company. So they have announced a few things, especially for Shadowkeep, which is the new expansion coming out in September. So they're basically wrapping up what they've done with Activision, which is their promise. And then Shadowkeep is kind of the start of everything post them actually doing Destiny themselves. We are expecting Destiny is no longer going to be on the Activision service, so it's actually being moved from the Blizzard, the Battle Network. I'm forgetting the name.
It is Battle.net. It's Battle.net.
Battle.net, thank you. Battle.net to
Steam.
actual Steam. So I'm actually interested in how that's going to conduct for people who did buy it.
You're transferring apparently everything. They're going to have something up on the website if they don't already. I know that. Here's the beautiful part. Destiny 2 is already live for purchase on Steam now.
Wow. All right. So that's actually pretty nice. The other thing is that anyone who hasn't played Destiny 2 at all,
or thinking about getting into it, here's the thing. If you're thinking about getting into it based on our stuff, wait till September. Trust me when I say this. Wait till September.
Year 1 will be free for Destiny 2.
And when we say year 1, that's a lot of content. That is the base Destiny 2 game of the Red War. You also start off with the very first mission in Destiny 1, where everybody who played Destiny originally started with the first mission of, you know, getting revived and learning the ropes and all that. And that's a good place to get started. I may actually just remove an entire Titan just so I can play it from start as a Titan and then just come back with all my gear. But you get all of the Red War, which is the primary story. You get the raid that comes with it. You get the, like I said, year 1. So that also includes the DLC, Curse of Osiris, the raid that came with it, the Warmind, the raid that comes with it. So you unlock Mercury and Mars, and that all comes together along with PvP, Gambit, and all strikes from the playlist. Like everything that is public, including you can go to every location, run around, free roam, do bounties, do patrols. You can do all of that stuff, interact with all the characters that are there. You You won't be getting Forsaken and the Forsaken story stuff, like anything specifically Forsaken. You won't be able to do, but you can go to the Tangled Shore and roam around there. So all of that is available to you for the price tag of. Tell him, Fel.
Free.
Yeah, nothing. Absolutely nothing. You can jump into it. Year 1 of Destiny is going to be free to play as of September. So we encourage you to hold off. If you're thinking about trying it, if you want to jump in, get your toes wet, maybe play with some of us. Great. We'd love to form a raid party with some of you guys. So yeah. So on top of that, let's talk about crossplay.
So that is interesting because it is going to be the traditional crossplay. It is doing something that I brought up called cross save. Cross save will enable you to save an account. Let's say I've been playing on my PlayStation account, and let's say Richie's off. He's gone off. Can't play anymore. But I have a couple buddies on the Xbox who are like, "Hey, we need another person for a raid. Are you able to join us?" I can say, "Yeah." Save my account on my PlayStation, and then move it right on over to my Xbox and play with the exact same hunter I've been playing on the PlayStation. Or let's say I get bored and I move it over to PC because I want to try it with mouse and keyboard because, yeah, I want to see how fast I can throw my knives and shit. I can do that.
Now, to answer, I don't think they've gone too in depth with it. I don't know if that means you have to purchase Destiny for one console or the other. Like if you have to individually purchase it. I don't think you do because base is free now. So I think the way they've made it sound is every purchase that you've made in the game, all your gear for each of your characters, all your weapons, everything carries over when you cross save. So you're saving everything that you have and bringing it over to the other console. And this will be active as of the mid-September launch. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, that actually does sound very interesting. But like I said, I'm not very into. I mean, I expect certain games won't be cross-play, cross-compatible. But it's the genre. It's changing right now, so everybody wants it.
To throw a little shade at Activision, they had things set up for cross-save as a feature when Destiny 2 launched, but they were not allowed to use it. So as soon as they had finished their stuff with Activision and gone independent, they were like, okay, we're doing this. So it's a lot of different ideas that dropped in there. They're also going to be refocusing on PvP. If you've been playing in the last couple of seasons of Destiny, you'll know that PvP didn't really get much attention. But they're going to be improving that. They're bringing back some old maps. It looks like we're getting some more 3v3 matches because those are good. So we finally won't have to have a random with us, Fel, when we play with Spider or someone else.
Okay, speaking, someone's asking if Destiny will be free for a limited time or forever.
Forever.
From what we understand, it will be forever. Yep. Year 1 will be free. I don't know if they'll make year 2 eventually free.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Doubtful on that.
That is well, I will say we'll have to wait and see.
Okay, so essentially to break it down to you guys real quick, Destiny 2 base was $60 and the 2 DLCs were $35. So you're looking at $85 worth of content for nothing. For absolutely free. And that now Gambit did come out with Forsaken, but it's a public thing that they're not messing with. So you could add like an extra $10 on there, so that's $95 worth of content absolutely free. So part of me is like, oh my god, this is amazing, can't wait to play with more of you. And another part of me is like, god damn it, I spent money on this. So yeah, but it does make it where you can come in And there's no barrier. After 15 minutes of playing that first mission, you come in at 750 light and you're in the end game. You're right with the rest of us. You can run around and do all the other stuff that we do. There's no more restrictions on like specific content. There's no longer going to be exclusivities for any particular brand or like Sony's not going to have an exclusive anymore with for PlayStation stuff for Destiny. None of that. No exclusive strikes, no exclusive missions, no exclusive weapons. It's all equally shared out there, and you can play any of the strikes, even though you may not have the chance to play the story for certain things. Any new strikes, PvP maps, things like that come out with new content, those will be made publicly available.
The one thing I do want to bring up, and a lot of people are like, well, how come they can't do cross-platform? Well, that goes
Sony's
back
not that
to
nice.
because, well, it goes back to the exclusivity that happened earlier. Like I said, because of the exclusivity, that hurts any games from being cross-platform once they're allowed to do that.
Yeah.
Will we see it in the future for Destiny 3? More than likely.
I'm not even talking about Destiny 3 at this moment. I don't even know if Destiny 3 is going to be a thing. I think at this point, just keep Destiny 2 and keep improving, and just launch what would be Destiny 3 with what's already out there. We don't need a new game. I don't need a.
Well,
I don't
I'm
need
just
another $60
stating
worth of
if the
content.
pattern continues that
Yeah.
they do 3 years of content.
But that was the model that they had under Activision. We don't know what's going to be happening now.
Oh, true. It's hopefully they can solve the I really think Destiny would be much better if it did. The crossplay is the step in the right direction. I will say that right now.
Cross-save, yeah, is absolutely
Cross-save,
a step in the
my
right
bad.
direction.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. I probably said it too.
But it's now on a light, because we keep talking about the technical, some of the content from the newer stuff, from what we know from the Shadowfall, is that it's a new expansion. You go back to an old location of the moon. It's going to be double the size of its original location.
They're pressing hard on the horror theme.
Yeah. You're supposed to be fighting enemies that you have previously killed, and they're back for some reason.
We
don't know why.
And not just Destiny 1, Destiny 2 characters, Destiny 1 characters. Like, oh my god, I saw Crota. I was like, oh my god, memories of that. I was like, is he going to be rotating again? There used to be a pattern that he had where he rotated to one side, and we just lovingly dubbed it crotating.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah,
someone's asking, will Destiny ever release more free content except for year 2?
Yeah. I mean, they're going to be...
They do it all the time.
Anything that is PvP or Gambit and Strikes, that's all going to be free content. And it's all multiplayer stuff. Now, raids, you're going to have to pay for the raid content. But here's the other thing that is good for your wallet. You now have options when it comes to payments for things. For a long time, the model that they had to go with Activision was that you had to buy like bundles of stuff for like big annual passes or everything. Now you can buy things a la carte. So it's like, okay, say I want to play Shadowkeep, but I don't want to play, or I don't know if I want to play any of the season stuff that's coming up in the next 3 or 4 season passes, you know? Well, you can buy them individually, or like say there's one coming out that you're just not that into. Well, you don't have to purchase it if you like Destiny how it is. You don't need that. If there's stuff that's coming out for PvP and stuff alongside that season, you're gonna get it. A lot of the stuff that happened with the season passes, the last 3 seasons that have come out with the current season pass, half of it has been public and half of it has been locked behind, you have to purchase this. But most of the stuff that's been locked is just like your basic story stuff, and honestly some of it is just like, I didn't really participate in the Season of the Drifter. Just didn't tickle my fancy. But I found out that there's some lore to it, so I jumped over onto YouTube to My Name is Bife, and I listened to him tell me about the lore and things from it. And then I started getting stuff for Season of the Drifter, and then suddenly Gambit became fun because Fel and I can actually play it and like do pretty well in Gambit. We're enjoying playing Gambit. Also, I mean, I think there are other things that they can do to improve. Like, hey, make it where we for raids we can do like fire teams of 6 easier, and we can gather people together. Also, if you're gonna make certain PvP events 4v4, then make it where we can have 4-man fire teams instead of 3-man. That just seems weird. Also, guys, if you would, sometimes the best way to do escalation protocol, which will be available as something you can do on Mars for free when September runs around. A lot of what happened in the beginning of that when we were all in the 300 light was you needed a team of 9 people, and just trying to get 3 fire teams together in one server to cooperate was a massive pain in the ass. Make it so we can have a 9-person fire team and just go in and do escalation protocol. Even if it's just on Mars that you can do that. That would make things so much cooler and a lot easier to kind of get together. There's nothing like Fel can tell you because he's been experiencing it fresh recently. But escalation protocol, like if you get a good group of people together, walking through that and just tearing through these high tier bosses can be a lot of fun, and the loot is pretty rewarding, especially when you got that shotgun, huh?
You lost me about 5 minutes ago.
That's okay. I'm talking about Fel. You'll understand when you've played it, man. You'll understand. But there's conversations we can have about Destiny. You don't want to be lost? Come watch us play when we stream sometime.
The best.
No, I'll still be lost.
The way that I'm going to simplify just some of the stuff. We're looking forward to Shadowfall. It's going to be a lot of game-changing stuff. Honestly, we talked about it in depth
and it's
on
not
some
just,
of the streams.
It's not just game-changing for Bungie. It's game-changing for the industry in a lot of ways, because like it's rare that a studio with a game that's doing even if it's not doing amazingly, but is doing as well as Destiny, for a studio like Bungie to be able to break away from their publisher. I mean, the biggest downside is that they're losing some of the side studios like Vicarious Visions and High Moon, who were helping with Bungie at certain points. So they had to hire on some more people and train them up over the year. This is what they've been working on for a year now, and they're finally releasing it. And there were some massive bombs being dropped. So, holy cow, man, it was so cool. Apologies that I didn't put links up for everything at the beginning, but like with all the E3 stuff that we covered earlier, it was just kind of like my brain kind of fried, and I forgot where I was for a moment.
It's all good.
We'll do it later on. So
I
we have all of it, so
Yeah, we do.
I think that does it for now. But yeah, stay tuned for after.
that does it for the stuff. Now we got to talk about the anime.
Yeah.
And okay,
What
anime?
so
What
people
anime?
want people.
What
No,
anime?
we do have something.
We have
What
For
is
those
that?
guys who are waiting for it, the anime that we're talking about is Log Horizon Abridged Episode 6.
Oh.
Just dropped.
Oh,
Oh, well, hang on a second. Let me fix this real quick.
I didn't know we were dedicating part of the podcast to that.
Of
Jeez.
course, it's the team. How are we not going to dedicate part of it?
Also, a new thing that just
Because I'm
happened.
tired.
Such a Dave. To all of you who've been commenting on episode 8 of frickin' what you call it? There we go. I looked at it.
Oh god damn, you're playing it, aren't you?
Yes, I am. To all of you that were talking about that were commenting on episode 8 of a Comic Got Kill about their Dave joke and referencing us, bless you all. Make sure to go in there and let them know that episode 6 is out and it is live and they can watch it, because apparently there were a lot of people that were in there that did not know that episode 6 was out. So that's weird.
Yeah.
But thank you for the 821 comments and the 83,000 views and the 9K likes. Only 68 dislikes, so we're still doing pretty good to be at almost 6,000 versus 68 dislikes. That's amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, yeah, come show some love if you haven't seen it. It's out. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's a reason why this episode's called Seducing the Dragon, so you should
Natural
stand
20.
And if you do understand the joke, I thank you and go watch it again.
um,
I'm sorry, the dragon wants to be acknowledged.
We got
okay?
Sand. We got Sand coming out this month. We got Project Sand coming out this month. Hopefully, we have the commentary. I'm already working on the commentary video, the editor commentary that will be coming out this month. Next month we'll be releasing the bloopers. And guys, just to keep your palates wet and let you know that, then keep your salivating for more Log Horizon content. We have started. I discussed this with Tony a while back. We're happy to announce we're doing Log Horizon abridged shorts during the times that we're not able to release an episode. Each month we'll be releasing a short. So we'll have episode 6.2 out for you this month, and that will feature our boys Sojiro and Nyanta, just in case you didn't get enough of them.
And
so yeah, there
our
we go.
boy Sojiro's actually at my place right now. He's taking a nap in the guest room, but yeah.
Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, so I figured that some people hadn't known that episode 6 was out because I saw a comment from DB saying, wait, episode 6 is out?
Yes, episode 6 is out.
Episode 6 is out.
You're not hearing it, but you're seeing it. So there it is.
Yes. So definitely check it out after this stream. Go watch it, like it, comment. You know, fat to it. It's up to you. We don't shame.
Don't
we don't kink shame.
Alrighty. That's it for us, guys. Hope you've had a wonderful time hanging out with us. We're gonna read a couple more of your chats before we go. But yeah, let's get some comments out. Oh, you mean episode 6 is you mean the episode I watched? Yes, that.
Wait, who said Eva is a Dave? Yoshimi, don't you fucking dare. I am no one's Dave.
I'm sorry.
I am of the people.
No, I'm starting to think we should just have shirts that just say natural 20 on them with Krusty's face.
Yeah.
Because that's our most quoted thing at this point.
I know. And I love it. I love it because it actually gets, like, I know the critical role, getting, defeated by a door thing was funny, but honestly, that natural 20 just brought the nerds out.
I was going to laugh at him. I got what I deserved, I guess. Yeah. Wait, episode 6 is up? Can we make it 1/1000th? No. What classes do you guys do? What classes? Oh, are you talking about for Destiny?
Wait, what for classes for what?
Are we talking about D&D, like what our favorite classes are? Because I can already tell you that my 2 favorite classes.
Synchronized rocketing. No, I don't.
Well, okay. If we're talking about Lanesia, definitely she's a warlock. I mean, there's no.
Well, I'm a warlock, and Fel is a hunter.
Yeah, well, in that, but in D&D, for Log Horizons, let's be honest, my character's a rogue.
You're a rogue.
Yeah. Well, Asami would be probably a rogue too.
I'm a god.
And then
God. Shut up, God. Shut up, DM.
No one's talking to you. No one's. I'm sorry. And TPK.
Okay. Okay. Ooh, Woodstock. He would be a gnome. No, he'd be a dwarf blacksmith, wouldn't he? Which means that he'd be a crafting class, which is normally
an artificial.
Artificial, yeah.
Oh, real spider. I'm Hunter. The warlock and titan that look like they're on my account are a lie. She's a multi-class rogue fighter. I'm gonna pop out. See you later. Later, Val. Yeah. This is basically it.
Later.
Yep.
Val, open the pod bay doors.
Thank you for everything, guys.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that. Still wondering about that damn policy on kill staking. Is it the same as kink shaming? No, it is not. Kill stealing is not the same. Okay. I was like, what the fuck is kill staking?
Kill stealing, yeah.
I was like, dude, don't kill the steak. I'm hungry.
I'm hungry. Wait, no, I just made food. I'm hungry again.
Okay, first off,
I'm
Yoshimi,
starving. I haven't ate all day. So
Yoshimi,
can we please?
You only say that because I allow it. Akatsuki is too good. Yes, she is. All right.
She's
Can't
a
wait for you guys
rogue.
to experience. Can't wait for you guys to experience episode 7, and I cannot wait for you guys to experience.
Which reminds me, I need to start recording sometime this week.
Let us know. Let us know a date.
Yeah.
Lynn's scheduled to record this Thursday, so
I can do it anytime before that or after.
let's do it after E3 stuff.
Yeah.
But there's one other thing you do need to record for, but we'll talk about it later.
All right. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Bye, guys.
All right.
Bye.
Catch me tomorrow on the stream. Bye.